Imagine a car that never needs charging. No gas stations, no plugs, no waiting. Just unlimited power on the go. Globe showing Europe, Africa today. Africa and China have shocked the entire automotive world by unveiling a self-charging electric car that could flip the global EV race upside down. Tesla, BYD, Toyota, every automaker is watching in disbelief. What does this mean for the future of transportation? And why is this partnership sending shockwaves across the globe? Let's dive in. For decades, the world has been chasing the dream of a self-sustaining vehicle, a car that generates its own energy, free from charging stations or fossil fuels. And while many believed it was impossible, Africa's bold innovation, combined with China's manufacturing powerhouse, has just changed the game. Reports confirm that this new self-powered EV is not just a prototype, but a functioning car that can travel indefinitely without recharging, a direct challenge to the dominance of Tesla, BYD, and other EV giants. At the heart of this breakthrough is a visionary collaboration, African inventors providing revolutionary self-charging technology, and China offering mass production capabilities. Together, they've created what many are calling the holy grail of electric vehicles. Think about it. Africa brings the idea, China brings a factory, and the world faces a brand new competitor that no one saw coming. The announcement has left the auto industry rattled. If a car truly powers itself, what happens to charging networks? To oil companies? To the billions invested by Tesla, BYD, and European automakers in battery infrastructure? This isn't just an innovation. It's a threat to the status quo. Self-powered EVs could rewrite the future of mobility. So, the question is, will Africa and China lead the next global transportation revolution? Or will powerful industries fight back to protect their interests? Globe showing Europe, Africa, one thing is certain. The world will never look at electric cars the same way again. What do you think? Is the world ready for a car that never needs charging? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breaking updates on the future of technology and transportation. Fire This Script builds curiosity plus authority plus suspense, keeping your viewers engaged while boosting retention. But here's where things get even more mysterious. Police Scarlight. Whispers from inside the industry suggest that this self-charging car technology has been in development for years, but every time it surfaced, it was shut down, silenced, or buried. Could it be that powerful players didn't want the world to have access to unlimited clean energy? Some say this breakthrough connects directly to inventions by African engineer Maxwell Chikumbutso, who stunned the world years ago with claims of a self-charging electric car. At the time, skeptics dismissed it as impossible. But now, with China's massive industrial muscle behind the project, the impossible suddenly looks very real. And here's the twist. Insiders claim the car could hit the market at a shockingly low price, making it accessible to everyday drivers, not just the elite. Imagine buying a vehicle once and never spending another cent on fuel or charging. How would oil giants, governments, and even automakers react to that? This isn't just about cars anymore. This is about power, who controls it, who loses it, and who rewrites the rules of the global economy. High voltage, I stopped here to keep the tension high and leave room for the next escalation. And now, questions are exploding worldwide. Globe with meridians if Africa and China truly master this technology. How long before the West steps in? Some experts warn that this breakthrough could trigger a global tug-of-war, not just for markets, but for control of the future itself. Already, rumors suggest secret meetings between oil executives and politicians, scrambling to figure out how to contain the fallout. Because let's be honest, if a self-charging car really works, billions of dollars in oil, lithium, and charging infrastructure could become worthless overnight. And here's where things get stranger. High-voltage leak reports claim the car isn't powered by solar panels or hydrogen or anything the industry has admitted to. Instead, it uses a mysterious energy conversion system, something so radical that mainstream science can't fully explain it. Some whisper it taps into ambient radio frequencies. Others suggest it manipulates magnetic fields to generate endless power. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. This isn't just a car. It's a threat to every industry built on scarcity. And the biggest question of all, will the world be allowed to see it, or will this car disappear into the shadows, just like so many disruptive inventions before? But if history has taught us anything, it's that world-changing technology rarely comes without a fight. Mantelpiece clock. Insiders claim the prototype car is already under heavy surveillance. Armed security guards. Restricted factories. No media allowed. Almost as if someone knows just how disruptive this could be. And the global reaction? Explosive. In Washington, policymakers fear the U.S. could lose its technological edge. In Europe, automakers are panicking over what this would mean for their EV investments. And in Africa, pride is rising. For the first time, an innovation born on the continent could shake the entire world order. But behind the excitement, there's fear. Could this alliance make Africa and China unstoppable? Could this car trigger not just an EV revolution, but an energy revolution that rewrites the balance of power on Earth? And remember, this is only the beginning, because according to leaked documents, the self-charging car may only be the first step. What comes next is something the world is not ready for. Those leaked documents, they reveal something far bigger than a single car. Police Starlight, because hidden inside them are blueprints, not just for vehicles, but for entire power grids, aircraft, even homes that never need electricity bills again. Imagine cities glowing at night, powered not by oil or coal, but by the same self-sustaining energy running inside this car. And here's the twist. The technology isn't science fiction. Engineers suggest it could scale within years, not decades. That means by the early 2030s, Africa and China might hold the key to a new global energy order, an order where dependence on oil, lithium, and even nuclear power could vanish. But that kind of disruption comes with enemies. Already, whispers of sabotage attempts are emerging. Factory blackouts, strange cyber attacks, anonymous warnings sent to researchers, almost as if powerful forces are trying to stop this revolution before it can take root. And it raises the most chilling question yet. If this technology truly works, will the world ever be allowed to see it? Or will it be buried, silenced, and erased from history, just like Tesla's dream more than 100 years ago? Because if it survives the threats, this isn't just a car. It's the first domino in a chain reaction that could rewrite civilization itself. And just as the world holds its breath, something unexpected happens. Behind closed doors, whispers of new alliances begin to surface, glow with meridians. Sources suggest that certain nations, tired of being dependent on oil giants and foreign automakers, are quietly reaching out to Africa and China. Small but ambitious countries, desperate for energy independence, see this as their one chance to break free. But these alliances aren't happening in the open. They're secret, coded in trade agreements, disguised as harmless investments. Because if the truth got out too soon, the backlash could be explosive. And now, the stakes are rising. Intelligence reports hint that major Western powers are preparing countermoves. Some are working to infiltrate these projects. Others are considering sanctions, embargoes, even military pressure. Anything to keep the balance of power from shifting. But here's the real shocker. According to insiders, the self-charging car might not even be the most powerful weapon in this alliance's arsenal. Hidden in the blueprints are whispers of something bigger, something that could make entire nations untouchable. And if that secret comes to light, the world as we know it will never be the same. The documents describe a self-powered aircraft, a plane capable of flying across continents without fuel, without charging, without stopping. If true, it wouldn't just disrupt cars or oil, it would rewrite the balance of global military power. Imagine fleets of planes that never need to refuel, cargo ships that circle the world without ports, even satellites powered indefinitely in orbit. Suddenly, the self-charging car looks less like a breakthrough and more like the first step in a complete energy revolution. And here's where it gets even darker. Police Starlight, some experts warn this tech could be weaponized. A limitless power source doesn't just free transportation. It could drive railguns, drones, even energy-based weapons. That's why intelligence agencies are scrambling. They know this isn't just about saving the planet anymore. It's about who controls the future of war. And the scariest part? If this alliance truly masters self-powered technology across land, sea, air, and space, Then, for the first time in history, the balance of power won't rest in Washington, Brussels, or Moscow. It will rest in an Africa, China access the world never saw coming. And the question now is no longer if this technology exists, but how long before it changes everything we thought we knew about power, freedom, and control. And now, the whispers have begun to spread beyond boardrooms and secret labs. Ordinary people are starting to hear about it, first as rumors, then as leaks, and now fragments of grainy videos showing the prototype in motion are surfacing online. Globe with meridians. Within hours, social media explodes. Hashtags demanding answers trend worldwide. People call it a freedom machine, a car that could finally break humanity's chains from oil, greed, and endless bills. But as the truth spreads, so does the fear. Governments are cracking down on the leaks. Videos vanish almost as quickly as they appear. Accounts are shut down. Journalists are warned. It feels like someone is fighting desperately to keep the world in the dark. But the harder they try to silence it, the louder the people become. From Lagos to Beijing, from New York to London, the public is demanding the truth. Could a self-powered car really exist? And if so, why are we not allowed to see it? And here's the twist nobody saw coming. The louder the protests grow, the more dangerous the situation becomes. Because now, this isn't just a scientific breakthrough. It's becoming a movement powerful enough to shake industries, topple governments, and rewrite the world economy. And somewhere behind the scenes, those who stand to lose everything are preparing their next move, a move that could decide whether this car becomes humanity's greatest gift or its most carefully buried secret. And then the shadows begin to move. Sunglasses, just weeks after the leaks go viral. Strange incidents strike the factories rumored to house the self-powered prototypes. First, a sudden fire breaks out in a research wing. Then, a massive blackout cuts power to an entire industrial zone. Official reports call them accidents, but insiders whisper a darker truth. Sabotage. Cyber attacks target the engineers. Mysterious drones are spotted hovering above restricted test sites. And in one shocking event, a key scientist involved in the project reportedly vanishes without a trace. These are not coincidences. Someone, or perhaps many someones, are trying to bury this technology before it can escape into the world. The question is, who? But at the same time, resistance is growing. Activists, hackers, and even whistleblowers inside corporations are fighting back, determined to protect the self-powered revolution. They see this car not as a threat, but as humanity's chance to finally break free. And now, two worlds are colliding. The world of secrecy, sabotage, and control against the world of hope, freedom, and unstoppable change. The battle for the future of energy has begun, and the front line isn't in some distant battlefield. It's in the streets, the factories, the hidden labs, and maybe even on the very roads we drive every single day. And the next move could decide not just the fate of the car, but the fate of the entire planet. The sabotage intensified, the resistance grew louder, and the world found itself standing on the edge of a revolution it could no longer ignore. Globe showing Europe, Africa. For months, shadow wars were fought in silence. Factories attacked, data stolen, secrets traded like weapons. And yet, despite the pressure, despite the threats, the alliance between Africa and China refused to break. Piece by piece, they rebuilt. Stronger, smarter, determined. And then it happened. On a bright morning broadcast live across the globe, the world finally saw it with their own eyes. The first official demonstration of the self-powered car. No charging cables, no fuel, no tricks, just endless silent motion. The shock waves were instant. Oil prices plummeted. Charging networks collapsed. Stock markets reeled. For some, it was a beginning of chaos. But for millions around the world, it was a beginning of freedom. Because this was never just about a car. It was about an idea. An idea too powerful to kill, too important to silence. The idea that energy, the lifeblood of our civilization, could finally belong to everyone, not just a few who profit from it. And so, against all odds, the world changed. Globe showing Europe, Africa's vision, China's might, and the courage of those who refuse to give up unlocked a future once thought impossible. A future where cars drive forever, cities shine without limits, and humanity finally takes its first true step into an age of boundless power. The age of the self-powered revolution has begun.